That'll work.
Yes, sir. Oh man, that's a
Oh, just kidding.
John Cruz here with the Sunline recap from the Bassmaster Classic. Man, anytime you fish all 3 days, you got to be somewhat pleased, but the overall goal is to try to win this tournament. We're out here on Grand Lake, got a decent little pattern going in practice. Really thought I was gonna jack them. Was using some reaction baits, mixing up crankbaits, chatterbait, spinnerbait. So then I went out there on that first day of the tournament and was kind of throwing that mixture of reaction baits. And man, they were killing that chatterbait with a missile bait's twin turbo on it. But I only hooked up with 3 keepers. I think it was 10 fish that hit the bait, and then they ended up coming off. Day 2, I brought out the Fat John. I really didn't throw that much in practice. Should have definitely thrown it a little bit more. They wanted that harder vibration. Weighed in 1610 on the second day. Jumped up into the top 25 in order to make it to that third day. Only had 3 keepers the first day. So went out there today. I thought I'm going to go tear it up with this Fat John. Had a nice warm night on this third day, so I went out there and all I caught was a couple short fish early on that third day. But then about halfway through the day, I picked up the missile baits, Baby Destroyer. I think it was the second or third pitch. Caught a small keeper, and I thought, well, maybe this is the deal. Ran around, caught 4 more keepers. Then the missile moment for this tournament is the one that got away, because man, I only had 4 keepers today, the last day, and I had one between 5 and 6 pounds get off. I pitched under this dock, but it was over a cable. The only way to get back in there was to over this cable that was a couple inches out of the water. Was working my bait. Right before I was getting ready to reel it over that cable, that big girl hit, set the hook, had 20-pound Sunline on there, had no issues with that. I thought, man, if that fish will just swim under that cable, I can hold her, and then I can get up there close. Well, I set the hook, the fish came right up to the cable. Really kind of a weird freak deal. Normally they go down, they normally don't come up like that, especially in 50-degree water, but came up there on that cable. I was moving that X5 over there as quick as I could to that cable, and daggone if she didn't flop off. I got about 8 or 10 feet from her. So that was my missile unfortunate moment of the tournament. But just to kind of recap on some of the equipment I was using, I was throwing that chatterbait on 20-pound FC Sniper and a 7-foot medium heavy action Cashin rod. It's a CRT series. That rod has a little softer action. Really like it for the chatterbait. Throwing the same rod on the spinnerbait as well. That rod, I really like that on chatterbait and spinnerbait. Same line, same Sunline FC Sniper 20-pound test on both of those 2 baits. Then on the Fat John, I was throwing 14-pound Sunline FC Sniper with that Fat John, and I had that on the John Cruz series square bill rod from Cashin. That thing is perfect. It has got the perfect balance. When you lay into those fish, you have plenty of power, but the fish can still get the bait real well. So like I said, on the second day, I didn't lose a single fish on that rod with that combination. And then today, on the third day, caught my fish on 20-pound Sunline shooter with that missile baits Baby Destroyer, using the Super Bug color, a 3/0 Gamakatsu hook on it, pitching that thing around. That thing is money. I'm still shaking my head on how that big one got off, but that's the way it goes sometimes. So gonna get geared up for the Elite Series, because it starts soon. Bassmaster Classic is over, and that was your Sunline recap.